Yeah. Cream. Whoa. A cream. Yeah. Ice cream. Ice cream social. Here we go. Cream. Yeah. A cream. Yeah. Ice cream. Ice cream social. All right, man. Welcome back to another episode of the Ice Cream Social, man. You already know the vibes. Got your boy Mondo in the building.
Mr. Incognito, our weather was good.
It's on me, your boy, Mr. Simple Man Rory. What's happening?
Gary, Indiana Zone. Your boy C. Davis.
So my man came in on the super humble, but he already know the vibes. We got another guest. See, Davis, go ahead and give him your elevator pitch. Just go ahead and talk your shit. You ain't got to be on the uber humble, but just go ahead and just tell us a little bit about yourself, where you come from, where you at. Then we gonna hop right into the shits.
Yeah, shine on these niggas.
For sure. Yeah, like they said, my name is C. Davis. Go by my name is Chris Davis. I'm sorry. I go by C. Davis. A lot of people know me as C. Davis here in Indiana, Indianapolis as well. Some people do know me as by CD. That's usually like my streetwear name. That's what I go by. Yeah, like I said, I'm from Gary, Indiana. Was actually born, it's so funny. I was actually born in Nashville, Tennessee, which is so funny. But
You're not really from Indiana.
So,
He's
but
an outsider.
but I was I was born in Nashville, Tennessee. I still lived there for probably 3-4 months before me and my family moved back to Gary, Indiana, where I was raised at for at least 12, 13 years of my life. Then I actually moved to Maryville, Indiana, which is pretty much the next town over.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Maryville.
Yeah, shout out to Maryville for sure.
And
Maryville
Gary.
Pirates,
And Gary.
Yeah, but always Gary at heart. That's from where my mother is from, my grandparents, and like I said, I was pretty much raised there most of my life, knowing friends there. Some friends also moved to Maryville, so we all kind of stayed in contact with each other. So that's pretty cool. A lot of people do know me as, the guy that, wears sneakers, fashion, and stuff like that. I've been actually into fashion and streetwear since I was, 14.
Okay.
That's when I kind of started. Usually it was me and my big cousin. His name was DL. Back in high school, me and him. Well, back in high school, he was pretty much like that guy when it came to sneakers and streetwear and stuff like that. So he kind of put me on to that, Supreme, Bape, those type of brands back in the day, which kind of got me to now where I'm like, all right, I don't really wear a lot of that stuff anymore, but, I do kind of appreciate him for putting me in that lane because obviously it put me in a great position now.
Who you said it
But
was?
my cousin's name is DL.
Shout out
to DL. Shout out.
Gotta
I know
put
he
the
probably
fans
won't see
on.
this because
OG.
he don't have any social media or anything, but he know what it is.
One
You
of
watch
them
YouTube?
niggas.
Shit ain't nothing
No,
to have
no.
YouTube.com. My nigga. What you mean?
Yeah, true.
You
I don't
gotta
even think.
text it. We
I don't
gonna
even
text
think.
it to
Look,
him.
I don't even think he get on that though. To be honest with y'all,
Yeah.
he's so long.
With some screen grabs.
But definitely shout out to my cuz on that. I started my career with Champ Sports. It's funny that's how I met my guy Rafus. And then ended up meeting Roy. I started back in 2014.
Hold on, man. We saw the elevator pitch. You getting into press conference Barack Obama shit. Hold on, man. You gotta give us some room to ask the questions, my nigga.
Okay, my bad. True.
Mondo don't like nobody
For sure,
having
for
no
sure.
shine, so he.
Nah, he just eager. He got some
That's
questions.
kind of crazy.
Talking a little bit too much about yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
My bad. I got a little carried away. Yeah.
Oh, baby.
All right, so look, I'll pick up. So fast forward
Yeah,
a little
sure.
bit. All right, with Champs, you was going right into it.
Yeah.
Okay, we ain't got to talk about y'all love VW relationship. Y'all
Pause.
twins. Even though the camera can, everybody
No.
can see y'all twinning and shit.
Yeah.
But all right,
Good.
so Champs is one of them. Name some of the spots that you done worked at. That kind of gave you a, your confidence and stamp in kind of the fashion streetwear world.
Yeah, for sure. Well, like I said, after Champs, and I went to Nike after that for a couple months as a manager there. Then from there on, that's so funny. When I was working at Nike, I kind of always had this vision that I wanted to have my own sneaker store, streetwear store, clothing store, clothing brand. So that was something that I was very humble about at that age. I think I was 24 at the time. So before all the other stores that I worked at in Chicago and stuff, I definitely want to mention that, of course, me opening a shop here in Indianapolis, which is a buy, sell, trade sneaker and vintage store that was
What was the
located in.
name?
It was called Level Up Gallery.
Okay.
Okay.
Level Up Gallery.
Level Up.
So you
So-
opened that up after Champs
Yeah, after technically
or
I-
Nike?
Yeah,
So
after
from
Nike.
Champs
after-
and Nike.
Yeah,
to
so I
Level
worked in
Up.
Edinburgh out there in the Outlet Mall.
Okay.
Like I said, just for like a couple months, and just kind of just stacked all my money, and ended up finding a business partner, and I had also did business with a longtime friend as well, and we just kind of just teamed up and ended up opening up a store out in 2018, February of 2018,
Okay.
Okay.
over there
Now,
in
how long
Fountain Square.
did that last?
It was like 8-9 months. You know, I will say like you know, I had to, like I said, I definitely had that vision of like bringing that to Indianapolis. But I feel like at that time, like I think I was ahead of my time, I guess you could say it like that,
Okay.
because the market wasn't as heavy as it is now.
And it was a
you
learning
know?
process.
Yeah, and it was
too.
a learning process. You know,
Sure.
so you know, I learned a lot of shit. I'm not gonna lie to you, I learned a lot of shit with that. Like, but yeah, we were only open for 8-9 months. So, you know, I'll definitely say like the first 3 months, I did a lot of things as far as for the city, like
Well,
different.
looks
So-
like you got a question.
Yeah, for sure.
Nah, so I mean, when it comes to level up, right? So when you think about those 8 to 9 months, what would you say is your most memorable moment?
Grand opening.
Talk to us about it.
Grand opening was
Like who was there? Like was your people's there?
Oh,
like,
for sure. And
okay.
that, and like, you know, as all of us, I'm pretty sure every single one of us sitting here are all mother's boys. And,
Facts.
you know,
For
seeing
sure.
my mother and my father and my little sister come down and see something that I own, that I started, you know, like I said, without even having a college degree or anything like that. Like, and again, no disrespect to college graduates, but, you know, I just kind of did all of that on a humbling experience, and like, you know, taking that risk for myself and having to see my parents pull up to something like that I did. That was the best. That was the best.
So did you do the whole like cutting the ribbon ceremony?
I didn't.
So what was your
I
grand
should-
opening like? Like
No,
niggas
I was
walk
more-
in, like, what
Like,
you
so
do?
I mean, I, you know, like I said, of course, you know, back then to like where we at now, like in 2018, like marketing for like Instagram was becoming a thing, but it wasn't like something that everybody was getting hip to yet.
Yeah, it ain't
So-
one full throttle.
Yeah, it wasn't. And you know, with us, like I would push that shit like all the time on Instagram, like, you know, grand
I
opening
pulled
this,
up.
or,
I
you know,
pulled up. You
like,
feel me?
you-
Copped a little piece.
exactly,
That's how far we go
exactly,
back. You feel
exactly.
me?
And it's like, you know, like I promoted that heavy as hell.
He
like,
he
marketing.
copped something off the for sale rack first day.
Nah, man, no, it was no, it
Oh,
was
cool.
no for sale.
Yes.
Right?
I
No
would've
for
got
sale.
some
Right?
exclusive shit.
Oh, okay, okay.
No for sale.
Yeah.
Right? Nah, but you know, and you know, like I said, doing that as a young black male from Gary, Indiana, you know, that's a lot. Like that's a lot for us. Like, of course, as what you
Shout
hear
out to
about-
all black-owned businesses. as well.
Absolutely,
Facts.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And like, you know, that's something that I'm still working on to this day. You know, I mean, you gotta take baby steps. As far as with me, like, you know, that's
So like level up or you opening up your own.
just opening
store?
up my own
Okay.
store. You know, and I'm actually, it's funny, like I actually was recently working on that, as I was telling you guys about it before, on actually opening up a store in New Orleans.
Why New Orleans?
Be honest with you, that's money. I mean, New Orleans is money if you think about it. Like, okay, I went out to Essence Fest last year,
Okay.
last July, and this was like my first experience. Like, I had been to New Orleans before, but I was like 17 when I went at first, so I didn't really get the full experience of like being on Bourbon Street and, you know, drinking and all of that type of shit. So when I went to Essence Fest last year, you know, as far as like, you know, I've been a journalist and everything from Ice Kicks, all that type of stuff. So I try to check out these. We'll get to that. We'll get to that though. So with me, I was working with Nice Kicks at that time. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can do some content out here. I couldn't really do any content because it really wasn't enough content for like sneaker content for me to even do out there. And I'm like, damn, like
Wasn't a market for it. Really.
I mean, and it is like, it's like they have two shops out there. One is Sneaker Politics, and the other one is Humidity. Shout out to Sneaker Politics and Humidity in New Orleans. They definitely hold it down out there. Humidity is a skate shop out there, so they can pretty much get most of the SBs, you know, shit like
The
that.
dunks. And
Yeah,
all.
it's not a black-owned business, but I mean, you know, they're really good.
Right.
They're really good business. Though.
culture.
Yeah,
Come
and then
They
as
got
far
the
as
money.
Sneaker Politics is your more like how you guys have corporate got them out here,
Okay.
similar to like something like that. Like that's
Shout
what
out
their
to
store
corporate.
was. So when I seen that, I'm like, damn, like ain't no like resale shops or anything like that. Because again, you got to think people. We go to New Orleans. Like everybody want to go to New Orleans to eat. You know, go down.
Now, I don't know how
Mardi
much you wanna-
Gras, show me
now,
the knees,
yeah.
show me that.
And I don't know how much
titties.
sauce you
Show
want to
niggas
give them because you
something.
know
Show
some
me
people
the
gonna be
titties.
watching.
Bro,
picking up
but
game.
see, but this is
They gonna
but-
try to go down there.
But
and
see,
be
look,
playing it
but
before
this
you.
is honestly, I don't even care about like that's one thing about me that I want to be able to do for people is like give free game
Put
to
'em up
people,
on
like
game.
put them on game with
Yep.
shit, bro. Because if I can't do it, I would definitely want to see another black man doing it.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna hate on the man for ever trying to start some business like that. Like
One thing
know.
we know about game. Sorry to cut you off. One thing it just made me think though. One thing we know about game is when you giving game, people want to look at you and they want to know what you've done or what you've achieved to be giving game.
Right.
You know how so it's like I think it's stupid. I think you should always be able to pick up information from
Fact.
anywhere, but in society that's how it is generally.
Mhm.
So which makes me go back, just picking up game, go back to Level Up.
Okay.
And that lasting about 9 months. And then, you know, in short spurts, kind of go into after Level Up, some of the more brands that you worked with that kind of brought you, elevated your career.
So
After-
you know, after the 9 months was up with Level Up Gallery, you know, I had to, you know, of course, like pay off everything I need to pay off before moving back home. I ended up moving back home with my parents for about 6 to 7 months. I have a good friend who actually works for Round Two. His name is Dom. Shout out to my boy Dom. He actually put me on with that job. I met him. He worked at the original Round Two that started in BA in Richmond, Virginia. So I met him.
Okay.
Funny thing is, I actually met him when I had Level Up Gallery. We went out there when the Sean Witherspoon release came out for the shoes. So I met him at that time around like 2018.
Full circle.
Yeah,
type.
you feel me? So it's like a full circle moment. We end up staying in contact with each other, did some business with each other.
Yeah, you was
And-
all on YouTube and everything.
Yeah,
too. Well,
yeah,
you was
yeah.
there kind of
It's like,
building.
I got
you got a
like-
little YouTube fame out of that. little
Y'all better
thing.
get
Yeah.
this free game.
Next
I-
Logan
Oh,
free
Paul.
game.
We gotta look that up. They might play that motherfucker on the
Definitely.
screen or something.
We got. I'm featured in 2 videos, 2 of their.
That's what bro was talking about earlier. We getting to the shit.
Yeah.
We getting into talking a little bit of that shit right now.
Yeah.
You feel me? Round 2 ain't no little name.
Nah,
You feel
Nah,
me?
And-
We got some more coming up.
Yeah,
and he really trying to be on the humble. So like for people that don't know, like Round Two was founded by Sean Witherspoon, the one that came out with the corduroy Air Max 97s and the multicolor. Everybody that's watching, y'all don't have those.
Free
But you can
game.
look them up, you feel what I'm saying?
definitely do
You
your
feel me? And the
research.
resale going crazy. Y'all ain't got those if you watch it. So that's all I'm gonna say.
And also, like, you know, I want to definitely give a shout out to Chris Russo, who's also part owner of Round Two, and Luke. So
Oh,
those-
you going Kanye
yeah,
mode.
yeah,
He
you
name
got.
dropping. You know,
I have
Ye
to.
was
I have
dropping
to.
names.
Because to be
That's how
honest
you
with you,
do it,
like, you
dog.
know, I mean, of course, like,
Real.
I have
talk.
like don't get me wrong. Of course, you know, I have a relationship with Sean Witherspoon in a way, not really that much though. More so, I have relationships with Chris Russo and Luke, who were also 2 main guys, a part of Round Two. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So it's like I definitely want to be able to give them the credit that they, you know, they.
Okay.
I'm trying to give. I definitely have to give them their flowers, like,
Okay.
because if it really wasn't for them, I mean, it wouldn't really
So
be
after
a
round,
Round Two as well.
all right. So round 2, what? How long did that last?
Well, okay, so
And-
around 2, I was there for about, I want to say 6 to 7 months. I was a manager. I was like assistant store manager, and I was also a head buyer. So of course, like, you know, with my experience with having Level Up Gallery, you know, I already knew how to authenticate, you know, and buy and stuff like that. I knew the market like literally off the top of my head. So
My man
that was
knows
kinda-
his shit.
that was a kind of easy transition over to work with them. And like, as we all know, like he just said, like, you know, if you don't really know who Sean Witherspoon is or Round Two, that definitely do your history. Like they are the pioneers of the whole buy sell trade game. Like, you know, they shifted the game to a different level that made it to where as it is now. Like you see people taking pictures on green grass and, you know, shit like that, or throwing deals out. It's just like how they marketed their page for their stores. It was, you know, immaculate. And then of course you had the YouTube videos that do millions
Yeah.
of views. Like even when I had my shop open, and like you remember that, Rafus, I had my shop open. I have a TV and I have a flat screen TV and there was like a 65, 70-inch flat screen in there, playing Round Two videos all day. You know, and it's also because it's giving people that, like, I want to be able to give people that experience that I learned from that.
Right.
You know, so like, yeah, I definitely wanted to give a shout out to Round 2 for giving me that opportunity because, you know,
That
They-
led into what?
that led into me going next to St. Alfred, which a lot of people, if you don't know what St. Alfred is, St. Alfred is one of the pioneer stores in Chicago. Been there 20 years for Japanese and American streetwear and sneakers. So they pretty much they're like one of those top tier stores in the country who get limited sneakers and, stuff like that. So that's kind of what elevated my game when it came to streetwear.
What were you doing there?
When I got there, I started there and it's so funny how this story is, bro. Like my first day of starting at St. Alfred, when I left Round 2, my first day starting at St. Alfred, COVID happened. So I literally worked 2 hours and they shut everything down in Chicago. They made all of us leave.
That's crazy.
That's
Like,
the start of
and it
your
was
COVID
snowing,
story.
bro. It was so crazy, bro, because
Nigga on the come up, then COVID.
Right.
you feel me?
Oh,
I'm like,
damn.
damn,
Fucking
like,
fuck you, COVID.
for sure, for COVID. Because it's like a funny story with that too, with the whole St. Alfred and Round 2 situation. I actually was trying to get a job at St. Alfred before Round 2. And
That shit came around.
yeah, it's so crazy how it
Full
happened
circle.
too, because it's like, I reached out to one of the OGs. He's like a mentor to me. I have to give a shout out to him. I actually got his hat on right now. It's called Let's Do Better. It has
Might
the
wanna
African
turn, let them see
Yeah.
that.
New York Yankees hat. It has the African.
Shout out to
African-American
New
flag
York.
on it. So it's Let's Do Better New York. His name is David Rasul. So he's one of the OGs of St. Alfred. He was working there. I want to say almost at the beginning. He was there for 14, 15 years
Okay.
out of the 20 years that they've been there. So it's so funny. I literally reached out to him trying to get a job at St. I'm like, damn, I really want to work at St. because I always knew about St. I was put on to St. It's funny who I'm about to say when I say this. The guy that actually put me on to St. Alfred, been my man since we've been in high school, is actually Mike G.
Yeah,
So-
shout out to
so
Shout
I'm
out Mike G,
So I'm
man.
definitely shout out to Mike G for that. He put me
Yeah.
on with St. Alfred back in the
hometown,
day.
Indiana hometown.
Absolutely, that's my dog. We went to high school together, so shout out to Mike G for that one for sure. But yeah, it's crazy how full circle moment for that. I literally reached out trying to work there, and I pretty much got declined. So I'm like, damn, okay, I know I want this with Round 2 now. This is my chance to have this, and the reason that I really wanted this too, honestly, is because I hate to say it like this, but I'm not saying it like they're racist or anything like that. But I was the only black guy to work there. So that already put
Right.
a chip on my
Right.
shoulder from jump.
Round
okay,
2 or St. Alfred?
at Round 2.
Okay.
So that had put a chip on my shoulder from jump. Okay. And I had, some type of authority of being a manager and being a head buyer. It was okay, I got to show my ass.
Had to
real quick.
represent.
I had to represent for sure. But
So St. Alfred was.
but back to definitely back to St. Alfred with that.
Was that the last? Was that your most current fashion
Employer?
or brand or whatever you was working with?
Well, as far as with them, I worked with I didn't really technically work personally with certain brands we did as a company. And with me being a store manager, I did I will say I've had dinners with Nike and stuff like that. I've talked to different reps from brands like Neighborhood and Visvum. If you look those brands up, those are Japanese. Those are big Japanese brands that's out there. But I did stay in contact with those type of people and seeing what's gonna drop for next season and what I get to pick for that comes to the store and little things like that. So that made me want to learn more about the streetwear of this period, not just regular streetwear. Japanese streetwear is really where
That's the
where it
future.
is. That's it's really the
what's-
future of
it's
fashion.
It's kind of happening right
Yes.
now, but a lot of people don't know. You know
Yes.
how H&M and European fashion
Right.
hit? Same shit is happening with
Bro.
Japanese shit, but that shit's so fucking expensive.
It's-
It's
but-
just taking a little longer.
and that's that's kind of what we get into though.
It's kind of crazy you said that because this company I used to work for, Pepsi. I used to work for Pepsi.
Okay.
A while ago, but one of my coworkers, he was Japanese, and his family lived in Japan. So he would say yo, every summer we take a month-long trip back to visit my family and stuff. So while I'm back at the crib, I load up on a bunch of swag. He's like, then I have it mailed back to the crib.
Mm.
He said, and now while I'm in the States, I pull out all that shit. He said,
Mhm.
I be blowing niggas' minds with that.
For sure, 100%.
So my question I have for you is as a buyer, You ever buy some fake shit?
Absolutely. That come with
Yeah, for real.
that come with the game. That
Oh,
just-
like purposefully or on accident?
no accident for sure.
Okay,
For sure. Not
okay.
purposely.
But
I
like, you
think-
sold it for like real prices though.
I'm not putting business out.
No,
I
we
plead
ain't
the
saying what
fifth.
company. We ain't saying no company. No, I'm saying it's real prices shit.
Like, nah, I've never bought, and it's so crazy, bro. Like, I'm gonna say this because this is too funny. Like, this situation funny, but then again, it do make me mad because I'm like, damn, like this my man's, but like I ain't gonna say his name, but like I had bought a pair of like off-white Chicago ones,
Mm.
and I'm
Mm.
thinking like, oh yeah,
Real.
like you feel me? I'm
Fugazi
like,
boys.
look,
huh?
but
Got
so
you
what's
the
crazy
Fugazi
though?
Real.
boy.
Like, and I didn't even know because, and this is before I even worked at Round 2. So like again, this all come with the game, and like I bought it at a decent price, at which at that time what it was actually going for, I bought it for like $100 cheaper. So in my head, I'm like that seems legit. Like I feel like I can get this. He probably just trying to get this off market. It's literally $100 more. So I got the shoe, had it for a while, and then after that, like my man's had wanted it super bad. So I'm like, all right, cool. So he ended up trading me his Travis Scott 4s and Beluga 350 Yeezys
For the fake.
for the
Off-Whites.
off-whites. And he didn't know. He was rocking them and everything. And I'm like, damn, like, okay, like, I'm thinking everything was good until he tried to sell them to GOAT. And they told him that they were fakes.
Did
Did
he
he
try to
hit
get
you
the shoes
up?
back?
Of course, I already sold the shoes though.
Oh God,
So what?
his
So what,
deal's
y'all
done.
beefing
No
now?
money back.
And I'm
So what, y'all
like,
beefing
no money
now? He don't
back.
fuck with you no more
no,
now?
man,
Damn,
that's my
man.
brother. Like, I ain't gonna
Yeah,
say
no
his
money
name,
back.
but that's my
Cool.
brother. That's my
Yeah.
brother.
All
Once he see
trades
his
are
podcast,
final.
he'll know.
That's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Yeah, and like,
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
for him to be a real friend too, he understood me. He was like, bro, I know you wouldn't try to sell me no fake shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously he know me, and I don't really deal with fake shit. That was just one of the moments where I just got. And I'm like, damn, and
you
I
gotta watch the
didn't-
region, man. Them people from the region up there.
Man, that ain't
You gotta
even
watch
no
out.
region shit. That's some worldwide shit. That's worldwide shit.
Man, shout
That's-
out to the region, man. Don't let them
Honestly, you
disrespect
didn't even
the
get
region.
got. You really came up.
I did, but
He
it's,
got got.
and it's like, but that,
Mondo,
like,
man.
it's like, he got, but it's like he kind of got because of me though, in a way. So I'm like,
Got by association.
I like
You know,
that though.
I feel
You
you
know
was
what
some
I'm
principle in that. I feel
No,
I
and
like
that-
that bro
and
brought
that-
up buying though, which makes my mind think a little bit about what niggas put on and what they buy. So
Oh,
we
shit.
go, you feel now that y'all done caught up to the drip, you feel me? Bro, we done gave y'all the background, so we gonna get back into that a little bit, but we're gonna give y'all a break. You feel me? From the sauce.
For sure.
That was a lot of names, a lot of stuff for y'all
Free
to pick
game.
up on. You know what I'm saying?
for sure, 100%.
We'll get back into a lot more that he's doing and trying to do. But speaking of putting it on and buying,
Mhm.
let's start with something fun. Give me your top 5 best dressed NBA players.
Oh shit.
Then after
We
that, I
talk
think I
about
want to
this
kind
shit.
of.
I talked to this nigga Rafis about this
And
shit
she's talking
here
about she really
every
only
day.
won. She really won. A
Top
nigga from
5?
Oklahoma. We won.
Okay.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Cool,
I
Jalen?
know, yeah.
No exact order,
Shea-
C-Day.
Yeah,
Shea-
Shea
I'm
Gilgeous.
thinking-
No
Yeah, that's
exact
number one.
order though.
That's
C-Day.
Yeah,
that's
he's
like,
undisputed, bro.
yeah, no,
That
that's
nigga-
Yeah,
that's
no, we
hands
don't
down.
need the
I tell you
exact
that all
order.
the time. I tell you that all the time.
Yeah.
I say Shay
We
all the
agree
time.
on that though.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
but that's
easy,
that's
though.
easy.
That's
But
easy.
All right,
but
let
if
him
but
get
if,
it.
if we're gonna say top 5,
That shit
if we're gonna say top 5,
No order.
no order. I'm definitely gonna say Shay.
Okay.
That's in order, by the way.
Shout out to my nigga on this one because he definitely did his thing, and now I feel like this guy is top 5. But my homie is his stylist. Shout out to my homie Torino, Kyle Kuzma.
All right, Kyle Kuzma.
Mm.
being
Kyle
some
Kuzma-
weirdo shit.
Kuzma put that shit on, and if y'all really look at what Kuzma wear, like the pieces that he put together, bro, that
She
shit
be
is.
wearing the shit that show the nipples too, don't he?
I mean,
Little freaky
put past that, all that.
Nigga
Oh,
like
okay.
showing off.
Kuzma-
his
We
belly
talking about the
button and shit
brands
like
and
But
certain people.
If
are
we talking about
affiliated
fashion,
with.
or we talking about streetwear, like what we talk, are we talking about niggas just
Correct.
putting shit
Are we-
on?
But are we talking style in general?
I mean, but that's if you really sit there and think about what an actual stylist is, bro.
All right.
Like-
Get through your top
All right,
5.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you know how I go, you know how I
We
get
gonna
there.
get
But
into
anyway,
Kuzma.
I say Shea Gillis, Kuzma. He gonna hate me for this one.
I'm
PJ
not.
Tucker.
I knew you was gonna put that nigga somewhere.
That
Let him
nigga
finish.
kicks crazy.
That's what I be saying.
Crazy.
But if
He
y'all
got
really
crazy.
been watching what, if y'all, PJ is an OG, bro.
PJ put shit on.
He put shit on, bro,
is
and he's
real
an
simple
OG.
with it, though.
Is he top 5 though?
Yes.
But that's
Yes,
only
yeah,
my
that's
question.
it.
Like
It
yours.
is.
It is.
It's
PJ
honest.
Tucker. PJ Tucker.
That's 3.
Jalen Green.
Jalen-
Okay,
I
young
wasn't
boy.
expecting that.
A young
Jalen
boy,
Green.
young
Jalen
boy.
Green, he put that shit on.
Young boy be doing his thing.
And this 5th is kind of hard.
Ooh.
This 5th is hard. I want to say, I'm gonna have to give it to him because he the OG of this shit. And y'all know where I'm about to go with this.
I hope I know where you
You
going.
gotta say Russ, bro.
No James Harden.
Hold
No.
on.
No James Harden.
James
No.
Harden. James Harden's a clown.
What?
They
He's
be
a
putting
clown.
on that Marty.
Russ not a clown.
No
That's
Jordan
clown.
Clarkson?
That's putting on Marnie. Like you
They
look
be
at James
putting on
Harden. He put on
Marnie.
Marnie head to toe. Like
Who?
Martin,
James Harden. He put on Marnie
No,
from
James
head
Harden is
to toe.
definitely dust.
He's
ball.
a clown, bro. He's a clown.
Harden's
No,
dust
he's a
ball,
clown,
for
bro.
real.
He's
There's
a
a couple
clown.
niggas you name
No.
as dust ball too.
No.
Like Kuzma, get him out of here. Yeah, look,
Mm-mm.
I get it.
I want you to do your
That
research.
nigga, he will be with the top fashion people. And
He's
get
definitely top
access
five.
to the top shit.
He's
But
definitely top five.
Kuzma, part of fashion to me is how you walk, how you talk, nigga, how you.
And
You
an
know what I
honorable
mean?
look, an honorable
feel me?
mention, because of simplicity.
Who, nigga?
Devin Booker.
Okay.
Oh yeah, see,
Okay.
you fucking
Okay,
You on some-
I could get you in
I-
there.
Now you
But that's
dabbled
when
into
I.
that shit.
That's when I done
Look,
got
Now you
drilled on
dabbled
this.
into that shit.
Yeah.
I'm dabbled into that.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
like for sure. I mean, you gotta give because I mean, he the type of nigga to put some Dickies on with some fucking, and I do that shit. Put some Dickies on with some
Doc
Chucks,
Martens and
or
Chucks.
you feel me? Like, and it's clean
Yeah,
though. It's
some
clean.
real-
It's just a
some
clean
real
ass
regular
look.
nigga
What?
shorts, bro.
Like,
Yeah.
it's clean. That's a clean look.
With,
Like I'll do that.
with 50 mil in the bank, cash.
Pull up in a
You
classic.
feel me? In a classic, in the OG though.
That's
We
some
were-
old
me and
school-
was
that's
just
some
talking
old
about that
school
shit
shit,
earlier.
though.
Me
Like,
and Armani
old-
was just
you
talking
feel
about
me?
that shit earlier. We're literally like,
I
what?
fuck with D-Book.
So y'all want to get y'all top 5?
I really got no top 5. I really got like the niggas I peeped though, like, which is kind of fucked up because I really only like peep like 3 niggas for real. So,
Right, so give all right, so give
so
me
Shea
your top
Gilgeous for
six.
sure.
Mhm.
Okay.
Shout out to Kentucky. You feel what I'm saying? They
This
give a
nigga
hella
in
shout out.
Kentucky.
Kentucky dog right there.
Mhm.
Devin Booker, we was talking about that shit earlier, but it's not even on no fashion shit. Like for me, I connect with him on like the whips level, like the classic car shit, like
Yep.
meticulous
Yep.
whips he put together and
For
how
sure.
he put them together.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
shit different.
It like literally fits him with the fits that he wears. Like
Yeah,
it's perfect.
like,
it's perfect.
If you
That's
just, like
just
look
part
at
of
the
fashion.
Yeah.
even if
How
like
you
you
pull
look
it
at the
up.
cars he put together, it ain't
Mhm.
your typical nigga
Yeah.
whips.
Nah, it's not.
No.
He
It's
put
not.
together a certain collection. And I really
Shout
fuck
out to
with that.
D-Book on that for sure.
The third nigga I really won't throw in there, bro, and I'm kind of fucking biased. Not gonna lie to y'all. It's nigga LeBron, he be putting that shit on.
LeBron
LeBron be putting that
LeBron
shit
be putting
on.
that shit on.
LeBron
LeBron
be cool.
I feel like
give
I feel like LeBron. I mean,
be
of course, yeah,
in the
he
game.
does. He do.
Right.
But it's like really like you look at Brian, that'd be like that's some rich
Yeah.
nigga shit.
Which
No, so
leads me
that's
to
what I'm
this.
saying. That's-
Which leads
that's
to
That's
some
what I
rich
like
nigga
though,
shit.
because be like,
And I
what if-
fuck with it though.
like the
Some
game
king
where he,
shit.
where he broke the record, right? Like
All
that
black.
suit.
Yeah.
I was like,
He was fresh in the bitch.
I was like, that's hard to know.
He was fresh as fuck.
I'm like, okay,
He was,
Right.
which
I
leads
feel
me into this though. We was talking about it earlier, so I'll let you
What?
pop the question off, bro, about niggas being fresh and why they're fresh.
All right, we gonna
So
finish
ask the
who else
question.
we got in the league that we like. You gonna go? Who
I-
you got in your head?
And
that-
me, I don't really be look. I got some niggas that I think
just
is
name
fresh,
a couple niggas.
but
Yeah, that
I
you think is
definitely
fresh.
couldn't have a top 5. Who are these niggas?
Just name a couple
Who cares?
niggas that you think is fresh. then.
Shy. That
Okay.
nigga's fresh as fuck.
Okay.
Shay.
D-Book, Shay, Shay.
He did Shock
D-Book,
Lizzy.
fresh. Man, who else?
Who?
I'm gonna
Who's
throw
that?
some D-Book.
Okay,
Devin
D-Book,
Booker's
yeah.
fresh.
you gotta give us
Man.
2 niggas. We
All right,
Somebody
all right,
else.
Man, give you somebody else.
You could get a pass if you
It'd be
can.
fresh.
Damn, why am I?
Like
why
Josh
can't I
Giddey be
think?
fresh.
But you probably just
Why
don't
can't I
be
think?
paying
He's
attention.
No,
solid.
to
right
niggas.
up. I done seen a couple. I just can't think off the top of my head.
I mean,
though.
shit, you probably thinking like Jordan Clarkson, probably Jordan Clarkson.
Jordan
Hey, that's
Clarkson,
another person I
he
forgot.
be fresh.
You
Jordan
also
Clarkson is
got
definitely
Jalen
somebody
Brown,
fresh.
who I think be putting that shit on.
Who?
Jalen Brown.
Jalen Brown.
Jalen Brown definitely
That nigga
be
dressed
putting
like
that shit
us.
on. That nigga put shit on, nigga. I
I
feel like
feel
I'm,
that.
I feel like I
feel
could
that.
dress,
I feel
nigga.
that.
So
I feel
shit,
that.
nigga. So shit.
My bad,
He
that's
got a
your
little
list.
bit
That's
more
your
ends.
list.
Jalen Brown, look him up, nigga. You'll see.
I mean, I peep.
Shit,
I peep.
I ain't gonna
all
hold
of
you.
them.
My nigga Serge Ibaka, that nigga get clean.
Yeah,
on
you
some
on
OG
some-
shit.
you on some
Serge, I'm
OG
on some
shit.
like
Okay.
Pharisee
For-
fucking
fedora
type
hats
shit.
and
Where
shit.
you coming from? 'Cause you name
Fedora
like,
hats
you
and
know,
shit,
not
nigga.
the typical
Fedora
nigga.
hats.
Suits, nigga.
No,
like,
fact, I feel it.
Crazy.
I feel
There's
it.
somebody
I
on
feel
the
it.
top of my head that I can't think of. These niggas don't be.
Another honorable mention who Rafis actually be saying a lot, and I'll be like, yeah, he put some decent
Oh,
shit on.
yeah.
He can put some Prada loafers on, be on some cool shit.
Ooh.
D'Angelo Russell,
yeah, he be on some chill swag.
he do.
Jordan
he do.
Poole got
He
a
do.
little chill
Shout out to
swag
my
too.
dog.
His
I
shit
like
is-
too.
Louisville
He-
native,
he-
you know what I'm
he
He more basketball shorts, you feel me? Like and shit like that.
He
but
he
be on
that
some
nigga
more
pull out a
simple
Carhartt
shit.
jacket
Yeah.
and some fucking gallery
Y'all know
sweats
y'all
and
sleep
shit
on?
like that.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Zion.
Hell no.
Zion, who?
No, no. I
Can
will
we
leave.
talk about Dusty
I will
niggas?
leave right
Are we
now.
allowed to talk
And
about the
look,
Dusty niggas?
what's
Dylan
crazy-
Brooks.
Before you get into
I
that,
don't
all
even
right.
care. I don't even care if his stylist even see this fucking
Mhm.
video or not. that nigga's trash.
All right, bet.
And you need to
Before
stop.
we go into what I want to ask you,
Right.
we'll do this quick one then, since you kind of got some of your picks off
Right.
when you was talking. NBA's worst dress.
Oh,
Just one though, so that way you ain't got to go
One?
through five.
So I
One?
said Dylan Brooks already. You gotta pick another.
That motherfucker with the denim
I-
with the tank top tucked in.
Like what's all right? I'm gonna let you have Dylan Brooks. I got
I
somebody.
already said Zion. Zion horrible.
Yeah,
bro.
Zion's trash.
I'm sorry. son.
What? Thanos Antetokounmpo.
Thanasis?
Why they keep putting that nigga in the top?
Bro,
and that nigga, he's not nice at all.
Trash.
So
I mean,
NBA
when I say
league,
trash, I mean like
whatever y'all
trash.
doing, he's not that.
No.
He does not dress
No.
like that.
No,
Y'all
and he low key,
disrespecting niggas,
low
man.
key. We'll get into that conversation later. But low key, he shouldn't even be in the league either. But he's
Who?
trash. His fits are
Who?
trash.
Thanasis.
The
But
Thanasis.
nigga, if I'm the best
Antetokounmpo.
player in the league, my brother in that bitch too, nigga. What's
Nigga, he
happening?
I
got
feel
two
it,
of
though.
his
I feel
brothers
it.
in that bitch.
I feel it. I feel it. Mm-hmm.
Who you got, Rory? Who you think?
Terrible.
You got
Terrible.
somebody.
Throw Pat Bev trash ass.
Oh no! Wait, hold on, sir.
Stop
Wait,
it.
wait,
I like
wait.
it.
No.
Have him.
You sleep though. Don't sleep on Pat Bev.
I'm
Don't
super
don't sleep on
Pat
Shot
Bev.
Town. Don't sleep on
have-
Shot
Have
Town.
you ever seen a
Look,
bad fit?
I
Don't-
haven't. That's why I'm biased.
Look,
People.
bro. Look,
That's
when we
crazy.
done with this,
That
bro,
bad.
I'm gonna show you. Pat Bev be putting some shit on. He's not trash, bro. Pat Bev not trash. You gotta think, and he's a little bit older too. So it's like his swag is more so just like, all right, nigga, I'm a millionaire now, nigga. I'm from Chicago, so I'm gonna
take
put
it
They ain't
away.
gotta change
But
it.
his
All
shit-
so
all right.
his shit's not bad, though.
Ask about,
All right.
about styles.
Because Russell Westbrook is trash. I don't give a
Oh my
Now,
god,
Russ can
Oh,
dress.
no.
He's a little
Man.
extravagant.
That's the king,
when it
bro.
comes to
That's the king, bro.
king.
Hell no.
I mean, not
don't
anymore.
care. The king.
Not
Okay.
anymore.
All
No,
right,
no,
bet.
no.
So this,
No,
is
no.
how this is what determines if you're the king or not.
Come on.
Can you be the king or queen if you have a stylist? Which leads into the next what we talked about earlier. Do you have style if you have a stylist, or are you considered fresh if you have a stylist?
But who don't have a stylist nowadays? Like,
It's
I
not
know
like- it's
niggas
not
that
like-
can't afford.
no,
a
but I'm
stylist.
talking about like
Oh,
I'm talking about like niggas that like really dress every day.
Shay.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure he
Shay
got a
don't.
stylist. Bro.
No, he
Like,
don't. He don't.
Not one.
Mm-mm.
Oh, he really fresh. Then.
That's when you feel me.
That's-
That's,
that's
what
next-
we,
that's-
that's what
okay,
we
he
talking
really
about.
fresh
Armani is if niggas
Shay
is
Gillis
really
not.
fresh,
You know he went.
or
Shay
nigga, do
Gillis.
you only have style
You know where
because you
D-Book
have a
went?
stylist?
Wow,
Everybody in that
Kentucky.
motherfucker.
Carl Anthony Towns can't dress for shit, but like everybody else can dress.
Cause
Damn,
to-
that's who I was
cause
gonna
talking-
throw on my
Yeah, Shay-
verse, but I just
No, his
forgot
swag
about
is.
that.
But
he's
talking
so
about
forgettable, I
Pat
forgot
Bev,
about
Rory,
his
since you
swag
brought
is
up
so trifling.
Everything, even
Pat Bev is not trash.
No,
bro.
Pat Bev talks about how he didn't know all these niggas had stylists.
Yeah, but
That's
no, I mean,
that's
a
what
fact.
kind of
That's a
brought the
fact.
conversation
So-
up between me and Rory.
So I'm gonna twist your question a little bit. If y'all had the kind of money, whether it's NBA, NFL, whatever, right? If you had that kind of money, he's in that kind of spotlight. Would y'all have a stylist?
Depending, because I mean, with me, I mean, if I still had the same mindset that I got now, with that money, hell no. Because me personally, if I got the money, I'm gonna put that shit on. Like I'm gonna put that shit on.
Ain't
Like,
no limits to
I
your
mean,
shit.
like I will put because I know. I mean, of course, like you know, I know about hella brands, bro. Like so many fucking different brands out there, bro. But I can't afford that shit though. I'm not. I mean, I can afford it, but it's more so why spend it on that when you know what I'm saying. Like that's. But if I had the money, oh no.
So you wouldn't be like Lamar Jackson, where he wore the Gucci head to toe.
No.
Okay.
I'm the type of nigga I'm putting different pieces on, bro.
Pieces.
Like I'll put on Rick Owens and then I'll put on some fucking like I said Bisvam or Bod or some shit. Like you would never know. I don't like doing the Gucci. That shit is
Piece
so
it out,
tacky to me,
niggas.
bro.
Stop
That shit-
wearing the whole mannequin.
No, but would
Yeah,
you have a
like,
stylist
gang.
though if you had that kind of bread?
I definitely wouldn't. I am a stylist right now, so if you need something, you feel me, holler at me. You feel me, look me up.
What's your at?
Everybody
Mr.
on there, you know,
Incognito?
Rafis W.
At,
That's
you
on
know,
the
we
that's
don't
the
know.
IG. But I mean, you can see it now. But you know, I'm on some chill, simple shit as you know. But I definitely wouldn't, you know, because me and Roy, like, we grew up talking about nigga if we had the bag, like certain niggas had the bag, or in general when we get the bag, like nigga, like my style is gonna be nigga impeccable, nigga. Like, but I feel like my style is already impeccable, so no, I wouldn't need a stylist. I already got niggas that I refer to for fashion, like yourself, C. Davis, and Rory. You feel me? Or even in my model friends too. Shout out to my nigga behind the camera.
Roy, what about you?
Stylist? No. No. If you call a stylist a motherfucker picking up from the mailbox what I ordered from fucking the internet, Saks or Von Mar or wherever I'm ordering my shit from, that's you. If you know hanging my shit up on the rack for me, but nah,
Right.
it's just like
Sidebar here too.
go ahead.
You have stylists that aren't fresh and don't have style.
That's what I'm saying.
It's ridiculous.
Correct.
I don't get
Perfect
it.
example,
About
like I just said,
You're
bro.
just an
Zion
extra
Williamson
person
stylist.
around.
He's trash. Like when I tell you he's trash, like he's trash, and I'm gonna show you how trash he is. You're gonna be like,
So
that's his stylist.
some of the people we named that was trash, do they have stylists?
Well, like I told you, my
We don't got to shout out the stylists or that. I'm just wondering if some of the worst dressed people we named have stylists because that's funny. It's
well,
funny.
some of the
They're
people
paying to get called terrible.
Go ahead,
I'm
bro.
gonna flip the script on you. Like, if I had that kind of cheese, I would have a stylist. However, not with the shoes though, because I can pick out my own kicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes with the kicks, I kind of be like very meticulous with how I want to wear the shoes. Like certain brands, like you just named a few, I've never heard of. So I want to rely on the next nigga that knows about all that shit. Okay, here goes this and this.
Yeah.
I don't want to be Louis down. That shit tacky than a bitch. But like if you hand me like you said, certain pieces, I want to take them pieces and pick my own shoes.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the big red boots, but like I won't pick my own shit.
Nigga,
out.
you would cop the big red boots.
I definitely would.
I would too.
I would too.
I
With the
would.
big ass bell
Me and
bottoms.
C. Davis,
Y'all talking
me
about
and you
the
talked about
fucking,
this shit for 40
Mario
minutes,
Brother
nigga. I would
boots?
never
The
cop them
Astro Boy
joints,
boots.
nigga.
I'm
I'm
done.
done.
I would
Astro
buy
Boy,
those.
I would
But you know
definitely
what's
get them.
crazy?
Like, what,
I don't
$350?
know if I would buy them. I'll say this: I'll buy them. I
We
will
were trying
buy
to go
them.
viral, nigga.
But nah, I wouldn't. I don't even think I would wear them though. I think I would case them if anything.
I mean, that's smart.
For
That's
decor.
investing because you know you could get a goofy.
Cause
to
the
come
Astro
buy
Boy,
them
it's the
shits.
Astro Boy boots, bro. Like I bought the action figure. I mean, I sold it, but I bought the action figure with those boots. So it's like, and I mean, we as adults know about Astro Boy.
Can
It's
I keep it a
novelty.
buck?
Like,
Niggas do
like,
not know about Astro Boy.
like-
I
You
don't. I don't know shit about
The
Astro
cartoon?
Boy.
You just don't.
shit.
You've never.
Never.
You
I
not.
never
You've never
watched
seen
it.
that.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
mean,
That's
not,
OG
you don't even.
anime.
But you don't even have to watch it.
OG shit.
You don't even have to watch it to know
I don't know
what it
nothing
is.
about
That's
it.
what I'm
I
saying.
always seen
You've seen the
nigga
character.
Astro
That's
Boy.
what. So regardless, that's clap.
But the boots alone made me not watch the nigga.
I'm dead.
So what do y'all?
The
So here you go.
The boots made me
There
not
you go.
watch the
Yeah,
nigga.
What y'all think about? Y'all seen that they coming out with the Mario shoes, like the Mario?
Yeah, I seen it.
What y'all think about them?
Them shits is weak.
I don't know how I feel about.
You could
that
just
one.
do anything
See,
to anybody.
But then I
But
feel
y'all
like
gotta see
they,
the right nigga world.
Y'all ain't seen them shitters
Damn.
coming
Shay could
out.
probably do it. He probably be the one to do it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's gonna probably be the one to do it. I can see him doing it. I don't know how I feel about it. That one's not getting as much attention as the Astro Boy
The
boots.
big red motherfucker.
They're not getting as much attention. They're not getting that much attention for sure. It's not. So
Man,
I don't know how I feel about that.
Them
one.
shit's a dub.
I'm not gonna buy that shit though. I mean, like,
How
but
much
it's,
them
it's
shit's
cool.
going for?
It's cool. It's cool. Which
I
one's
think they're like $350.
The red boots.
right now?
Yeah, like
No, resale is $1,400.
Shit dead.
What?
Resale is $1,400.
They got
Re-
$350?
Resale is that was retail.
Yeah, they're not available for retail.
No, them bitches are $1,400.
You talking about the big red ones, right?
$1,400.
Stop
Maybe
the cat.
15 now. Maybe 15 now.
Wow.
Ain't that shit crazy?
Shout
Bless
out
you.
to them.
No. I'm allergic to bullshit. That's bullshit. 1,400. I mean, hell no, bro. My sinus system fucked all up. Man, what you talking about? All right, so
Hey,
you like
14.
them? Or you go ahead.
I mean, I like them, but
So let me ask you this question. So from your entire career in the sneaker business, buy, sell, trade,
Mhm.
and fashion, who is the one person you met that impressed upon you the most? It's like drop gems, like actually like gave you knowledge that you'll take with you forever. I don't want to hear no shout out to A, X, Y, B, C, A. I want one nigga.
And you
Who
can't
that
name
nigga?
me, nigga. Don't
David
name me.
Rasul?
Don't name me.
David Rasul from Chicago, Illinois.
that up.
What you just
Another
said?
name drop.
You trifling.
He thought you was gonna say his name.
Rafe is trifling.
Shout out to my nigga Rafus too.
Say
Honorable
that
mention.
name again.
Honorable-
Who you
Nah,
said?
but his name is David Rasul. He actually worked at St. Alfred. That's one I mentioned him earlier. Like I say, he's one of the OGs out there in Chicago. So once I seen him, and just his fashion of how, cause like he's one of those guys that's like super simple as well. But like he'll wear like the most rarest shit that you ever see. Like he'll have on some 1999 Rick Owens boots. You'd be like, those what? Like, and it just be on some chill shit though, bro. And then his, like how he carry himself. It's like, I've always kind of like looked up to him on that. And that's why, once I was kind of happy once I worked at St. Alfred, because once I met him, he put me on so much game, bro. Especially once I became store manager. Now it's like, maybe 3 or 4 Black employees in the company. And I'm one of them as a store manager. So now he's like, all right, because he was the buyer of the company. So he would get all these Japanese brands. So he's like super connected in like Japan and shit like that. Travels to like Paris for the fashion shows and shit like that. So yeah, like I said, like how he does his shit, like acronym. I don't know if y'all ever heard of that brand. You ever heard of that brand acronym? Like
They've been collabing with Nike a lot lately.
Right,
Kicks,
right,
yeah.
right. So like, yeah, and they've been for years. They've been doing that shit for years with them. Like they did the Prestos and some other shits with them. Like like shit like that. Like he'll put on shit like that, and I'm just like, damn, bro. Like this is. I want to be on some chill shit right now. I want to be on some chill shit just like that, but I want to be some expensive shit though. You know what I'm saying? Like like top quality shit. Like acronym jackets are retail running you $2,700,
Okay.
and that's rain gear at that. That's like Arc'teryx and
Retail
not resale.
with a T.
With a T, bro.
You can't tell me bro ain't dropped like
God,
10, 20
bro.
names today that motherfuckers got
And
to
I'm
research.
and
like,
I'm
what's
trying
that?
I'm trying to put people on game for sure because like for real like we so used to like these American streetwear brands that we get like shit
No
like
diss,
that.
I see right
now.
No disrespect.
Correct.
No disrespect. Like
and this ain't Carhartt.
right
It's
like
just
you know
certain- you feel me?
exactly.
just
And
certain
it's
stuff.
like it's just once you get hip to like most of these brands and then like I'm pretty sure like we'll get into that.
Hold on,
some
not
shit.
Carhartt.
It's
No.
not. This is a vintage. This is actually a 1998 vintage hundreds jacket. The hundreds.
See, even streetwear got
You know,
levels. You know how
yeah,
like
you know.
you think high fashion and some shit. Even streetwear got vintage and different history. Yeah.
Can I get a sub? I'm not qualified to be on this podcast.
Yeah, like, and that's one thing. I love vintage. Vintage, like, that's part of my style. It's like vintage. I could do vintage, then I'll do some high end streetwear shit, and then I might throw in. I might, catch you off guard and throw some Balenciagas on or some shit. You'd be like, damn, like this nigga actually wear shit like that too. Like you would, you just.
What would you describe that as? Like how you just describe what you would do in your fashion sense? What characterization or embodiment do you call that? To if you could characterize your style,
I would say my style is very versatile. Very versatile. Like, I mean, I can switch the shit up any day. Like I told you, like I can literally wear a vintage rap tee this day with some needle sweatpants or just some regular sweatpants. Yeah, I know I'm name dropping hella brands. I know I am. But like,
keep giving it to them.
yeah, for sure. But like, I can wear some vintage, like,
Oh, you can play, hey bro, you can play it back. Good.
like I said, some like
That's why you
vintage
gotta
rap
have
tees.
friends like this.
Nah, for sure, for sure. Like vintage rap tees, and I could wear some sweatpants, and I'll probably throw on some J's or something, or some New Balances, or whatever on some chill shit. The next day, then I might throw on a full Japanese streetwear outfit that you never heard of, and you'd be like, damn, like, are you serious? Like, it's so funny, bro. And I think I've showed you. I think when I came to y'all crib, to y'all mom's crib, I think I had the hoodie on, or I maybe showed it to you.
Yep.
I had a Vism hoodie.
Yep.
Literally,
We went to
bro.
the Pacer game and all this shit.
Okay, yep. I had a Vism hoodie. Look this brand up whenever y'all get a chance. Vism. It's a brown blank hoodie. Literally blank. A lot of people think it's like a vintage Russell hoodie or some shit like that. Like I went to events, people are like, oh, that's a hard ass Russell hoodie. And I'm like, that's not a Russell hoodie, bro. And they be like, what is it? And I tell them, they're like, oh, how much is it? The hoodie literally cost me, I didn't pay this much. I got it on discount, but the retail price was $1,050.
For a hoodie.
A brown, like all nothing on it. Like when I say it's nothing on it, it's literally a brown basic hoodie. Like, and that's how simple.
What's
I
the
am when it
most
come to clothes.
expensive piece you've paid for? All right,
That's a
of
good
course
question.
you get stuff for retailing, but what's the most money you've dropped on a piece because you said fuck it,
Clothes
I gotta
wise,
have
like
it.
with
No matter what it is. No matter something materialistic, fashion sense. So anything, because I'm sure your life is embodied around it.
Rolex,
So,
a Rolex.
okay, you wearing it now or
Yeah.
Okay, shit, show them.
I don't like to do all that, man. I don't want to do all that.
Shit, show that motherfucker who won't be
Nah.
modest
You
and
better
shit.
show him. You can show him. You feel me?
It's a 19.
Vintage, I assume.
It's actually it's a 1984 Rolex Datejust.
Mm.
So it's right now, like I look at the value right now of it, it's like 17,000.
Okay.
So I didn't spend that though.
You ain't got to nail no, nigga. You
I ain't spend that though. I ain't spend that.
$20,000 on
I
that
ain't
motherfucker, and it just went down a little bit.
But
Yeah, fuck that.
yeah, exactly.
They gotta
exactly,
pay 17 for that.
Exactly.
All right, so
Yeah,
I'm-
exactly.
So I'm
Exactly.
gonna throw you this question. It's
What's up?
kind of off of his question before last. So
Yeah.
let's say you meet a shorty, right?
Mhm.
10 out of 10. You really trying to feel her out, but you going on a date. What you putting on, and where are you taking her? Don't you dare say no McDonald's, nigga. She 10 out of 10. You ain't taking no 10.
You got to
no
do
McDonald's.
BK, have it your way. Nah, I'm just.
Oh, hit her
Nah,
with that
just-
$5.
You
You
feel
know
me?
they got the new $5.
The last time you hear
You
from
picked
her,
me
man.
once. Look,
Eddie in Chicago, you better stop.
If she 10 out of
Chicago's
10,
got different type of caliber, you know what I'm
for
saying?
sure. If she 10 out of 10, oof, what I'm gonna put it on? Me, I'm the type of nigga. I'm my first impression is gonna be my best, and that's how I always look at shit. Like that just goes with life. Period. You always want to have the best impression. You want to have the best impression on your first. Anytime when it's first.
So what's your
anything.
best foot
So-
forward? Streetwear, formal wear, that kind of.
If I'm taking a girl on a date,
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely gonna be me. I'm gonna put some streetwear shit on, but I'm gonna also like just kind of mix it up too, though. Like like it'd be some decent, like I said, some decent streetwear shit. I'm trying to think of what I would actually put on. Maybe like a fire ass, I don't know, fire ass crew neck or something, but like a.
This nigga nervous.
good-
He on a date
Bro,
with
gonna
a
I'm
man
trying to
overdo it.
think.
and don't
Bro,
even know how to
overdo
dress.
it.
I'm
First
trying
date.
because I'm
What
trying
you
to.
wearing?
Bow
Nigga, what is you wearing,
Like-
nigga, on a date
So
with a
like,
man?
That's CD.
Nah. See, I'm not gonna do.
umbrella.
You don't look like
I ain't gonna do.
Slippery
I ain't gonna
Brown.
do none of that. I ain't gonna do none of that. I'll definitely probably put on like one of my most rarest kicks. Some fire
Man, you ain't
ass.
telling us no what kicks.
What
Yeah,
kicks?
get a little detailed on his shoes,
Mm.
pants, top. You feel me?
And you talking about Marnie?
Mm,
Top bottom.
If I'm
What
if
kicks
I'm
you starting with?
if
Give
I'm
me- throw some
starting
shit
if I'm
out
starting
there.
off with something, it would probably be like a dead stock pair of like 85 Jordan ones.
Okay, he went
Yeah.
ones. Okay.
Yeah, stop.
Yeah.
Dead stock though. Dead
Okay.
stock. I'm gonna have to pull some shit out like that, and then just cause it kind of fits me as far as like me liking old school things and shit like that, and I can actually put on a full fit with that. Like I could put on some decent ass, like I said, Japanese streetwear slacks or something that you've never seen before, like some rare ass shit. Them bitches might be
Okay.
$1,200 and you wouldn't even know that shit though. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll just probably I don't know. My tops, it just really depends. It always depends on my shoes. If I am putting on some retro ones or some shit like that, I'm gonna definitely put on like maybe a fire ass polo. But it'll be like some like
Mhm.
wild shit. Or you know what? A short sleeve button up. I feel like short sleeve button ups are like it's always a good go to.
You can't go wrong.
Like you can't go
Yeah.
wrong with a short sleeve button,
Mhm.
especially if it has, different graphics on it, or if it doesn't have graphics on it at all. Like you just can't beat that. It's a clean look, you know what I'm saying? If you got a watch on your wrist and shit like that, it kind of be able to expose yourself a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I feel like that's a good little look, like button up, slacks, and fire ass J's or some shit like
So
that.
I want to bounce off of Armani's question. Okay, he said the shorty was a 10 out of 10 in what you would wear. We got all that. But could you ever date somebody, or have you ever dated somebody that couldn't dress or didn't have a, sense of fashion
What was
at
that
all?
question in the back of my mind, bro?
We
Ooh,
geniuses.
have I ever dated somebody that's
Would you?
Yeah.
oh what?
Can
Or
you
have
date-
you?
can
Or
you
had you
date?
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, date
yeah,
somebody
can
who
you?
doesn't have style, that
I've-
doesn't
Like, what happened if the 10
match your
showed up?
fly.
You feel what I'm saying? That 10 showed up and she wearing JCPenney, no display. She weren't JCPenney.
So is
You
she
got
a
the
10
pretty
though?
little thing fashion
No
over
disrespect.
it all.
No disrespect. No disrespect to people that wear that. Because,
no
no disrespect to people that wear them type of clothes at all. Because I'm not. No. But hell no.
But you can't get a date with her.
You're
Hell
not with me. No, you're not like. And
Dusty feet.
that's never happening. Like if I peep game and I see what you got on, to me, like, and this is just my thought. This is my theory on things. When I look at a woman and she wearing low quality clothing, that means you really don't take care of yourself. That's just my opinion about things.
Correct.
That's my opinion.
Everyone-
I'm not
Personal
saying that
opinion.
like
This is the
You
guy
know,
that's been in St.
like,
Alfred,
Ice
Kids, all that shit.
like I'm not because it's just like you will see a lot of women who, and again, you got women who don't give a fuck about that shit,
Mhm.
and that
It's not for you.
but that's just not for me. Like
Yeah,
if I'm gonna
that
step
cat
out,
might
if
be
I'm
the
gonna step out,
cleanest cat
if
ever
I-
though in the Fashion Nova.
you said what?
I said, you feel me? The chick might have on designer
cool.
and took a bath in
And
7
that cat's still
days,
gonna be clean.
and the
I'm
one in
cool.
Fashion Nova got
I'm
that
cool.
water, that clean cat.
I'm
Not
cool.
7 days.
Okay, so you
I'm
gonna
cool.
get that fish
Not
fry.
Sam.
I'm cool.
Because she got that Dior on.
No, it's just like you be telling the quality of females by the shit that they do wear though, and that's just real shit. If a female gonna go out there and spend a bag on herself, you best believe her breath ain't gonna stink, her feet gonna be done, her nails will be done. She's not gonna be. It's not just like You gotta. That's like it has to be a full package.
Nah, for sure.
Okay,
It has
ain't
to be a full
So it ain't no
package.
chicks out here like in Atlanta who got a motherfucking big ass apartment with no furniture, or the Louis bag with a fucking K Swiss on, shit like that. You
I'm
know
never.
what I mean?
And
Or-
I'm not. I'm so sleep on any woman that's doing that. And if they are, and again, this is just my
Cause they
opinion.
tricking like niggas is tricking too.
This is just my opinion. If I see a woman that got K Swiss on and she got a Louis bag, I'm gonna think that the Louis bag is fake. I mean, for real. Again,
no,
it-
real talk though.
Damn, what if she
That-
spent
that
the
combo's
whole
kinda
2
crazy.
weeks?
that's a crazy
I
ass
wouldn't-
combo,
listen,
bro.
yeah,
You
combo's
you gotta
kinda
spend $36 on some K Swiss,
No,
but you're
K-Swiss
gonna spend
though.
2 bands on a bag.
You could say Nike Dunk.
I get it.
Well, you
I
said
get
K-
it.
You could at least,
I get it.
bro. Look, the cheapest Balenciaga shoe is $200. If you're gonna spend $2,000 on a bag and $36 on your
Get you
shoes,
some-
like
Correct.
where is that? You feel me? Where's that balance at with
Mhm.
that though? Like, there's no balance with that. You be like,
That means you don't have style. If you have
and
a
it's
Louis
not
bag
even per
what if
se
it's
and
about
you're
style.
rocking
Like,
K
just
Swiss,
woke
no,
up
you
one
don't.
day and
You
was
don't
like,
have style.
trying to
if you're
get a
rocking
man.
no, I mean, no, for
Louis
sure.
bag
Oh,
and
for
K
sure,
Swiss.
for
You know?
sure, for sure. Nah, for sure.
Nigga,
But
you
it's
know-
like,
you know something about
Too
maybe
far
quality
gone.
product because you bought a Louis
Side
bag.
combo.
You know about high fashion. You know something
If
about
you know-
that, or
if
you
you-
just see every girl
like
wearing
I s-
a Louis bag.
like I said, bro, any woman
But-
that I've been with or anything that I like, women that I know that actually wear that shit, they wear that shit. Like if
That's
they buy,
what I'm
if they
saying.
if they got a YSL bag, you best believe her ass gonna have some Prada shoes on or some shit. She gonna have a fit on, bro. Like females are not spinning a bag.
Hold on, I have to put the brakes on it because I
What?
have seen a lot of women with luxury bags on that do not have style.
But
They
got
don't
style.
have-
What-
they
and what
don't
is-
really
what do you-
have style.
what do you mean by that?
You
don't
could have
style?
even in a sexy woman who's wearing a dress. That's not style to me.
I mean,
Like how you dress up, your accessories that you wear, the actual.
but see,
shoes
when it comes
you
to that
put
though,
on.
that's more of a when you see women doing that, that's more of a they trying to get attention type shit by wearing dresses or sundresses with a Louis bag or some shit like that. They don't really care about. They probably those type of women are probably not gonna really care about that because if they usually got bodies and they gonna show those bodies off.
Mhm.
And I mean, it's not hard to buy. I'm not saying it's hard to buy like a Louis bag or a
yeah, you
Goyard
talking
bag.
about the Fashion Nova, the Sheen,
Us,
White Fox
but you
joints
think
that
about it.
just-
You think about it as us niggas. Are we gonna sit there if we see a fine ass chick with a sundress on from Fashion Nova and she got a Goyard bag
right?
with with some sandals on or whatever?
Right.
We don't know what the sandals are, but her body's stupid though.
Valentino
Yeah.
sandals. Fuck it.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
You
You gonna
got-
shoot?
you own
I'm a fuck with her because
Exactly.
because she
So
got the
those
Louis
type of-
bag, the
That's why you
sundress.
have a difference when it comes to styling with women. Like.
Mhm.
And that's my whole point about it. It's like if you're gonna buy like a crazy ass like Goyard bag or some shit like that, I'm gonna expect you to either, like we just said, like
Right.
the whole
The
sundress vibe,
expectation is not,
or
the
you're gonna put
reality.
some shit on. Like
See, my thing is where I kind of draw the line is like this again, just me personally, right? If you got a bunch of designer shit on, designer bag, designer shoes and shit, but then we leave the restaurant and shit, go to your whip, and you got a bucket, or go back to your crib, and you got fucking a bucket crib. Because for me, it's like, okay, you doing all this shit out in public, but like for the most part, don't nobody know what kind of whip you drive unless they see you hop out that motherfucker.
Right,
Don't
right.
nobody know what kind of house you got unless people see you leave out that motherfucker. So
Mhm.
if you're not treating yourself privately, why you got all this flashy shit in the nigga face? You feel what I'm saying? I would rather you have the Fashion Nova than I go to your whip and you bossed
Mhm.
up. I go to your crib and you bossed up.
right, right.
Rather than you feel
you need
you
that
got,
full
you
package.
got Goyard, Prada. I go to your whip and it's, no offense, a 84 Corolla.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, you hustling backwards. Like,
Yeah.
For
you're
sure.
looking for the come up.
With the real Goyard.
Right.
Like,
you're looking for the-
and
you're looking for the come
and
up.
don't get me wrong, bro. Like being in Chicago, bro, you get a lot of that. It's a lot of that. It's a lot of that because I mean, again, a lot of women out there. You got to think like when we think of fashion cities or anything like that, you're gonna think of New York, you're gonna think of Chicago, you're gonna think of like DC, those type of Atlanta, those type of
LA.
cities. And fuck LA. LA. I mean, yeah, but
Okay, keep going.
the culture. That's what I'm talking about. And when with that, you're gonna look at Chicago and New York. So like in Chicago, bro, like a lot of those women are in competition with each other when it comes to shit like that.
Oh yeah,
So,
for sure.
It's like, they're gonna be. You'll have those ones like you just said, like they'll have the Prada shoes.
And them
Dior,
motherfuckers live in
like-
Section 8. They live.
You
in
feel me, bro?
private-
They be
To me, that's
live
the
out
biggest turn.
west.
No, but that's culture though.
That's
You
the
talk
biggest
about
turn.
culture.
I'm straight.
But see, Davis, you
Yeah,
talking about
yeah.
culture though. But nigga, that's what it is, nigga. When you talk about Harlem, nigga, New York, and nigga, New York City and all that, That's what niggas do. They pay their rent, nigga, to get fly and to look good, nigga, because
Yep.
you living in a city where you hustling for every dollar, you living every.
But see, that's
moment.
like the
but
mecca.
why
That's
a
like
lot
the
of
mecca.
those
That's like the
motherfuckers will
mecca
never
of that
own-
though.
And it is culture. And that shit crazy because a lot of them never will own a home, a car. It fits the environment, but when you're talking about like the human life and how expansive it can be, expansive, not expensive, expansive. It's like we grew up cousins in New York. Motherfuckers thought we was really rich because we had cars in high school.
Right,
Mm.
right.
A fucking beater, though. You know what I'm saying? A
Mm.
$1,500 car, but they like, damn, y'all niggas got cars.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like we like.
Little
Yeah,
do you
had
know.
this motherfucker.
And these
Fucking
niggas
car.
walking around with $600, $700 Prada shoes, and we like, shit, nigga, how you get them, nigga? I trade them for the whip, nigga. Just on some.
Mm-hmm.
So man, yeah, it's just different cultures and where you grow up and what you absorb.
And that's why I want to live in New York so bad, though, bro. Because it's like I want to be able to. I want to learn so much more about the culture than just where I'm at now. Like, I mean, of course, don't get me wrong. Like, you live in Chicago, bro. Armani knows. Like, you lived in Chicago. Like, yeah, fashion culture is huge. It's huge. It's huge.
Facts.
It is very huge. But going to New York,
It's
bro,
not
that's
close.
like
It's not close.
it's not close
It's
at all.
different.
Nobody's close to New York. I mean, New York
That's the
is
Mecca.
New York
yeah,
is
it's the
probably
Mecca.
like
Literally, it's the
Tokyo or
Mecca.
some
Yeah,
shit.
bro.
Like,
Like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
feel me? Like,
Yeah.
like you anywhere you go, bro, you got bums that be into
Mhm.
streetwear shit. Like, I'm not even gonna
Mhm.
lie. Like, I met a nigga in Atlanta, bro, through my uncle. This is like one of my uncles. Like, this like his little homie, but like he like my big homie type shit. He close. They close to the same age a little bit, but it's still like his younger homie. I met him. He a straight. What is he? He's from Harlem. He's from
Don't
Harlem.
get it
He's from
fucked
Harlem.
up.
I'm trying to think. Hold on. Let me not fuck it up. Let me not. I was like, let me not. I'm like, let me not fuck it up. He from Harlem
Like,
though.
that
Don't
nigga,
fuck
that
it
nigga
up.
flying like a motherfucker.
Like
Nigga,
no.
nigga.
Yeah, you feel me? Like that's so. I definitely I didn't want to fuck that up, but no. So he's from Harlem, bro. When I met him, like me and him, like my uncle was pretty much like, yeah, you know, this is my nephew. He be into streetwear and shit like that. And as I'm sitting there talking to him about just shit in New York, about people that I know in New York who got brands or just like the culture of like fashion, bro, he looked at me like, damn, nigga, you know your shit. You like, yo, son, like, you know, he was coming with me with that
Got
real,
that nigga
like, I'm
hype.
like, okay, this nigga is a New York nigga for real. So like, but street nigga, he was like a straight, like he was in prison for like, he told me what, 12 years, 12, 14 years. Nigga, that nigga knows so much shit about fashion. And I'm looking at that, I'm like, this is their life. Like, this is their life.
They
Like,
culture,
that's
bro.
New
That's
York's,
what they
that is
do.
their lifestyle.
They
Like,
do that shit to feel good, nigga. To
like,
feel
bro,
and be
like
somebody.
you got
nigga,
hood
like-
niggas, you got hood
Yes,
niggas, bro. You
nigga.
got the hippie niggas, you got everybody that is their lane, bro. Like fashion, like you'll get the like most randomest person walking down the street with some fucking Mason Margielas on. You be like,
No, it's not a game.
what the fuck? Like
Go up to the apartment. That bitch dirty.
dirty as fuck. Or crib about this small, like no
Yeah.
cap, but they gonna
Yep.
put that shit on. Like, and that's why I like with New York, I'm like, damn, I just want to tap into some shit like that just because it's like just a different world, bro. Like, you know, like how they speak, like all that shit. Like I don't know. I love New York. New York is
So when it comes to fashion, remove Virgil Abloh, right?
recipes.
Who do you think is the leader of the fashion industry right now? So who do you think just consecutively comes out with shit where you're like, damn, they don't miss?
I know who you about to say.
Who don't miss.
Or like they can miss, but it's like on an off Tuesday type shit. But like who don't miss type shit.
Don't let me down.
Who don't miss.
You know, it's a
That's-
good question when niggas start scratching their head and shit.
Don't
because
let
that's
me
a
down.
tough. It's very tough because it's a lot of people out there, but it's who stays consistent. That's a good question. Like, I mean, Virgil would have been that guy just because. I mean, you know, I mean, he's dropping shit with Louis, and then he got Off-White. I can't even say Pharrell. I want to say Pharrell, but it's like I'm just being biased if I say Pharrell. So if I was to give it to anybody, I would probably say this gonna hurt.
Come on, it's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt saying because I know I'm missing somebody.
Like, we only want one name. We don't want honorable mentions. We don't want film put them in the credits. None of that. One name.
Huron Preston.
I actually know that brand. I'm there. I'm with you.
Like I feel like
I'm with you.
it's hard because it's like I can't even say that he's leading it, but like as far as somebody that's consistent, and it stays dropping good pieces, I would say that he's a very
It's all right, Jerry. It's all right, Jerry. Don't take no offense to it.
no Jerry Lorenzo. No, he's not.
He's
He still haven't even did shit for Adidas, and he's been with Adidas for like almost 4 years now. It's like I don't know what the fuck we're waiting on. Like don't get me wrong, Essentials it's a great,
Consistent.
very consistent.
Fear guy.
But what else has he dropped besides Essentials though? Like if you think
guy shit, I don't buy it, but it's this fair guideline. And I done seen a lot of people recently wearing a little.
But you know
Why
what?
you trying to sway my niggas' opinion, bro? Like,
But you know what? I also do have
Yeah, I let him say it. I kept my mouth shut.
I mean, you know what? Actually, I'll take that back. I know somebody that stays very consistent.
No, I do.
I told you I was gonna miss somebody. Look,
you ain't fucking
I
saying
told you I was
Kanye
gonna
West,
miss
you
somebody.
ain't saying
Nah,
shit.
Kanye,
Motherfucking West.
Look,
Period.
that's being biased again. That's being
How's that
biased.
biased?
I mean, we know. We know Kanye.
Whack.
I ain't gonna say it's whack. It's just not. It's not. It's not. It's not. But I mean, if he's gonna drop it, he's gonna sell though.
I'm unbiased. His shit whack.
No, honestly, bro.
Bro, shop at Fashion Nova.
Tremaine. I'm gonna say Tremaine. I'm gonna say Tremaine for Denim Tears.
Okay, Jermaine from.
I'm gonna say
Denim
Tremaine for,
Tears.
and he's also head of Supreme.
Oh, Tremaine, the nigga
dread.
Kanye was on his head.
Yeah,
making
exactly.
Fun of it.
And why you
Okay,
think
I know
Kanye
what
was
you're
really
talking
on his head though?
Yeah,
Because I
he's
mean,
that dude.
like he is that dude, bro. Tremaine is actually. You think about it, like now you're starting to see Denim Tears. Like you see Javante Davis, like he out there sporting that shit now. Like now, I even got the Stussy Denim Tears jacket in my car.
He the one that made the pants.
So
flower.
not
with the
Kanye.
flowers. Yeah,
So
yeah.
not Kanye because he put all
I mean,
these
but
niggas
honestly
on?
though, I mean, Kanye
Or did
has-
he not put these niggas on? I don't know.
I mean,
That's
Kanye
just what
has
he be
Kanye.
saying.
Okay, I'll say this. Kanye is definitely the godfather of this shit.
Correct.
We cannot never.
Nobody was
You
on
can
that
never.
before him.
You can never. You
Name
can.
him.
No. You can never.
for it.
You can. Nah, that's not cap. Because at the end of the day, when we really sit here and think about it, like whose brand really did that much in numbers, and you think about it. Look, you think about it. You look at all the times that Kanye has dropped some type of pieces. Every piece that he's dropped has. I mean, it's got a resale market to it. Like.
Everything. The only thing that was sitting is recently when the
But look,
and shit dropped.
he
it was
look,
sitting.
he's that big in the fucking fashion game that he can drop almost 1 billion pieces of clothing and don't give a fuck about the shit. Like he dropping pieces for 20, 30, 40 bucks.
Yeah.
Like and people still out there wearing that shit. It's like fashion though. Like
That shit whack.
What's your beef with Kanye, man?
What you mean?
Why
I
you
actually,
beef with Kanye?
I
Man,
actually
what's
love
the beef?
Kanye. To be honest with you, like,
you think his clothes is whack?
I just think it's lazy. To be honest with you, like,
But that's the beauty behind the shit.
It's
No,
concept.
see, there you go.
It's concept.
That's the beauty.
nigga.
No, for real,
There you go.
Because that be the beauty behind the shit. The shit is lazy as fuck, right? Every single one of us black men got a piece of that laziness.
nah, see, like,
Foam runners, Yeezy slides.
No, but see, listen though, I ain't got no Yeezy slide. But like,
You got some foam runners?
I do.
All right, look.
They look different though. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
It
they
is,
look
right,
crazy design.
but it's a simple ass like it ain't it's and it's
Nah,
and,
but
and
the
it's
silhouette different though.
It
You
is.
know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
it is. It
like
is.
that whole Gap shit that came out. I'm looking at. I'm like, that shit whack. I'm like, that shit big bubbly.
But that was
ass
still more
shit.
for
That shit
mass
whack.
appeal,
I
though.
mean, and not even that though.
Right,
I mean,
in my eyes of the
he more
masses,
so
that shit
shifted.
whack.
He more so shifted that culture with like, okay, I'm gonna show y'all how to really rock some oversized t-shirt with some sweatpants and a hat, quick, easy.
No,
it
he
only
do-
be, you know.
I'm no hater, but he do got hella shit that I fuck with, like the desert boots that you got. Them shits is heat.
Yeah,
you got the
yeah.
350s, the 750s, the 700 boots.
Man, we go back to
Yeah,
Nike.
he got
Yeezy.
all that shit.
You go
Like,
to clothing
But
as well.
he got some shit where I'm looking at it, I'm like, that just ain't it, bro. Me personally.
And
bro,
I feel you.
I'm like,
No,
that just
that's-
ain't it.
You gotta
Yeah,
bring up
that's
the screenshot, say it, so we can bring it up on the screen when we edit and shit. Cause I don't know which whack shit you're talking about.
The blue Gap, big bubbly.
That's the only.
motherfucker.
I will say that
Whack.
I will say that shit was whack. That I would say
go.
that I would say that was
Yeah,
whack.
real
That
I've
jacket-
seen worse jackets.
That jacket was
Shit was
trash.
made
I've-
for a fashion
I've
show.
seen
That shit
worse.
wasn't really
It was
made.
whack, but also it was creative. It was creative though. It was creative. The nigga and he sported the shit by coming out
and you
by
gotta
doing the whole
think about
Donda,
it. The
doing
nigga
Donda
did it
shit.
so everybody could get some of his shit. He worked with a brand that would allow him to create
Yeah.
more, so people
The
could.
nigga was
get
selling
it,
shit out of garbage bags,
Not
and
to-
you had us.
to
Correct.
keep
No, but
motherfuckers
look,
from
they
it.
still got the shit. So right now, all the stores they just took it back and stopped. You know how usually a company will sell the shit for $2 to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They took his shit because they gonna try to resell it later. They took all his shit out of the Gap stores because it was sitting when it came. Because
Bro,
a lot
what?
of people ain't real.
Because bro,
when
that
you think,
shit.
when he talked about Japanese brands,
Mm-hmm.
when you think of like the Gap Balenciaga inspired or when Yeezy clothes come out, they're pretty basic and lazy, but it's more the quality and a certain type of way it lay on you, which gives it that Japanese
Exactly.
where which
And
a lot
and
of
that's
people not
and that's
hip
the and,
to,
and that's the
which
new.
is why it was sitting. But then when Kanye ends the deal with them,
Mm-hmm.
they pull the shits out to stores because they know how valuable
Now,
the product is.
And he's not lying. And you think about it, bro. You think about it. The next 2 to 5 years, I'll say 3 to 5 years. Watch how you see the fashion culture shift to over the Japanese. Oh, it's coming. It's definitely coming because over there they're making that shit. So it's like this for them. Like it's like clockwork. They can be able to push this shit out faster, quicker than any of us out here. Like so. You're gonna see that shit, you're gonna start seeing that oversized clothes and shit. You're gonna really like see
Bro,
everybody into that shit. And the first person people gonna be like, gonna say Kanye. They're gonna say Kanye is the one who started that whole
No,
shit.
So one of my friends, we interned with each other back in college. Shout out to her, but she works at TikTok, and they sent her
Oh,
over
word.
to Tokyo, and she put it on her story. She said, "This is one of the hardest cities I've ever been to." She said, from a fashion, and just from an old upbeat culture perspective, she's like,
Consensual.
and she lives in New York City. She's like, "This shit got New York beat." She's like, "This shit is
Absolutely.
different over here."
Absolutely.
She's like, "Everything is fashion." She said, "The dustiest niggas be having that shit on."
Yes.
And of course, she had that.
That's
shit
how
on
I
too.
feel
And I'm
about
just
New
kinda
York.
looking at it, I'm like,
Oh, yeah,
but
the
it's-
bums
but
be
it's not-
fresh in
but
New
it's
York.
not like lazy shit.
Nah,
though, you
bro,
feel me? Like
facts,
it's not
facts,
like
yeah,
just
yeah.
a bunch of oversized shit. Like them Japanese people be having that shit. I'm like, okay, yeah, they put it on. So, like, for me personally, like a brand, right? And I'm not like the most fashionista nigga, you know, but for me, I really enjoy like Kith, like what they do.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? Like I feel like when he releases
Kith is
shit,
one of my
I can
favorites.
at least find one or two pieces where I'm like,
Ronnie
you
Fogg
did your
is
shit right there. You know what I'm saying?
Ronnie Fogg is literally one of my inspirations when it comes to this shit. Like he did it the best way I feel like anybody can do it.
Like even when you do it with the BMWs, bro, I'm
Yes,
like, bro,
bro.
you're doing it such a class.
Class,
Like,
it's
everything
such
is so
a classy.
classy,
It's such
bro.
a classy look, and like
Simplistic.
you can never.
He's
That's a nigga that's
crazy.
consistent for
Yeah,
sure.
bro, he's hard than a bitch.
That's a nigga that's
Ronnie-
consistent. But I won't say he's
Ronnie-
leading. I won't say he's leading. But he is very consistent. That's
no,
what.
in facts, and that's what I'm saying. Like he's not. I don't think his shit's ever lazy. I just be looking at shit
Yeah,
like,
no,
yo, this
for
shit's
sure.
just very tasteful.
For sure.
Like,
It gives you that. It kind of give you that newer version of Ralph Lauren a little bit almost, but just a
got
little
you.
bit more streetwear to it though.
More-
like
more
that.
suave.
Like
Got
that.
it. Yeah.
But because when he does that a lot to me, it oversaturates it. Like he'll come out,
What you
it'll
mean?
be, for instance, when Kither's release collections and all that, it'll be, all right, let's say it's a long sleeve rugby button up.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking 10 of them bitches. Multiple colors and shit like that. So it's just it's like the quality that he brings and what Kith is. Now that it's just becoming bigger and bigger, multiple locations and shit, it's like some of the exclusiveness of the designs is leaving for me, not the
Fact.
price of it and how many
Right.
people can afford to buy
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just saying, it's like, damn, you know, like, 5 different colors of everything that he coming out with.
But once you
It's
get to
just-
that, once you get to that type
Mm-hmm.
of mark though, you have to kind of do that now. Like you're like, okay, I gotta figure out a way to make more money. So I'm gonna just keep putting out more colors. If people fucking with this shit, like for instance, like Rafus got this North Face jacket on. How many colors of North Face do we see? I'm pretty sure when they first started making the Noops, it's like the Noopse or whatever. And I forgot what year, but they had like, I'm pretty sure like maybe 1 or 2
Might
basic
be
colors.
95, I
They
don't
started
know.
seeing how that shit is. They like, fuck it, we gonna throw out more colors, and that's what every brand is gonna do once they see that they starting to generate that much money. Like, okay, I'm about to
so the
start.
essentials
throwing-
is
yeah,
you release the
pretty much.
same mock turtleneck, mock neck, drop it in 8 colorways, put it in every major
Because
store.
now what you're
and bitch
doing,
gonna sell.
you're opening it up to not just niggas wearing it. Now you got females wearing that shit and all that shit. So that's, and you know, that's what you want anyway. Like, you know, that's part of the game for sure.
So what I say is before we wrap up, man, go ahead and tell people what you got coming up next. You ain't got to, you feel me, open up the vault to us, but you feel me, like just tell us what you got cooking up next.
For sure. Right now, I'm actually about to launch my own brand. It's called Play the CD. So that's my initials. Of course, I go by CD. So I just kind of came up with some creative shit. I actually like rebranded myself on Instagram. It's called Play the CD. Yeah, so I will be launching my brand this year. I haven't actually decided when I'm gonna do it, but soon I will like start like talking about it and stuff like that. So I do have that. I actually have a collab coming up next year of All-Star Weekend in Indianapolis with a big brand. I don't want to speak on that too soon, but it's a pretty big brand that people know about. So eventually, probably towards the end of the year, you guys will see that I'm working on that. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I am working on. And these next, that's like one of my main focuses right now is actually like launching my brand. So
Okay.
yeah, and then I mean also too, I'm looking at just different jobs that I've been talking to and stuff like that. With like actually like maybe potentially working for Complex or being an editor for somebody else right now. So it's like I got a couple things in works that I'm trying to get done. So
Okay, got some motion.
got some motion. You feel me?
Okay.
So yep.
Dope. Well, I'm gonna tell you what, man. It's been not only just a pleasure, man, but it's been an honor. I actually picked up a lot of street swag from what you were saying. I try to take mental notes. My brain don't move quite that fast, but I'm gonna go back and rewatch this shit
Yeah.
and pick up some of them brands and shit. But
Yeah, hell
you
yeah,
know,
hell
definitely
yeah.
appreciate you having us on, putting on free game.
Appreciate
to you
y'all.
folks listening.
Yes,
Play this
sir.
shit back 2-3 times. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Actually, tell your dustiest friend about this episode. You feel what I'm saying?
Please do.
Because,
Please do.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas be needing that shit, especially to get them 10 out of 10s nowadays. So
And
Free
I wanna,
game.
I definitely want to be able to, you know, give this free game to especially the city of Indianapolis. I'm sorry. I definitely want to be able to, like, you know, put that streetwear culture here because I feel like we definitely need it here, and especially in the city of Indianapolis. You know, like just being in Chicago and always kind of hearing people talk down on Indiana and Indianapolis as a city. Like, I know that I see so much potential here in the city. Like, people definitely know about this type of shit, and I just want to be able to kind of elevate that for people. So,
facts.
You definitely did that. You
Yeah.
named he dropped some names.
for
So
sure.
everybody in that, you know, y'all already see what's going on with Ice Cream Social. It's going north. So this interview, pick up a lot of names that he dropped on there, a lot of them brands, man, and go shopping. You know, y'all might not be able to afford a lot of that stuff. I can't.
And it's
But,
okay. It's okay.
You know, you can get your mind in the space, you know, just start upping the culture.
For sure. And definitely, I have one more thing. I want to give a shout out to the pants I got on today. Nah, none of that. I definitely want to give a shout out to one Chicago brand. I have these pants on. It's called Hidden Characters. They're nylon pants. They went viral, I want to say, like almost 12, 14 years ago when Kanye West actually bought their pants. I know Joe Freshgoods, he sports their pants a lot. A lot of big time artists sport their pants. So definitely check them out whenever you guys get a chance. It's, like I said, Chicago-based brand. Definitely fuck with it.
Let's get it. You already know the vibes, man. Another episode of Ice Cream Social. You dig?
Holla.
Yes, sir.
Okay, another one in the books, fellas. All right.
Yeah.
That felt normal.
Cream.
You gotta get away from the phones and shit.
Yeah.
Start flowing.
Ice cream. Ice cream social.
I'm not gonna lie, man. You were saying some brands.
Cream.
I was hip to like Harry
Yeah.
Preston. I'm hip to that.
Cream.
Other names,
Yeah.
like, I'm hip to that.
Ice cream social.